In the late 90s, I was 24 and my sister got married. I showed up just after she said I do. Although she was very happy to see me, she was surprised. She said everyone told me you were dead. I was hurt but not surprised. At the time my sister's wedding, it had been years since I had seen my family. I don't want to talk. They don't want to talk to me or deal with me because of my anger. They believe people can't change. They don't know how much I worked on being going like, oh, sorry. Oh, they believe, okay. They don't know how much work I've been doing to get better or understanding my anger. Learning how to act when it comes up. I've been angry as long, probably since I was 12 and a half, when my father passed away on December 18, 1986. 6 months later, my Uncle Stuart brought his friend over to visit my mom. They fell in love, and my life soon became a living hell. For example, sometimes if I didn't make my bed correctly, I wasn't allowed to sleep until I practiced and got it right. On my 14th birthday, I broke my arm, and even though he thought I did it on purpose, so he broke my arm again 8 weeks after I just got out of the cast. The abuse went on for 3.5 years, and even though I couldn't take it anymore, one day I found myself with a shotgun in my hand. Waiting for my mother's boyfriend to come home. I sat down watching the front door. My anger has gotten the best of me. Okay, wait. But I looked over at my 3 brothers. They looked scared. So I put down the gun and called my uncle. He came over to the house and put us on a bus to New York, where we lived with my Aunt Fran and my Uncle Don. I was happy to be out of there, of the mess, and even happier that I didn't kill my mother's boyfriend. I know that he would have deserved it, but I didn't want it on my conscience. My aunt and uncle had sent me to different doctors to get help for all that I went through. I believe the abuse is where all my anger came from. They sent me to special school in Massachusetts. The other kids there were there for the same kind of thing. The school felt like home. I was at ease there, even though it was a big place. Some of the kids knew who I was, and the 3 of them came over to me and tried to fight me. I looked at them, laughed, and walked away. At the school, I sat with the doctors every week for years and said nothing in every session. Finally, she told me that I can't help you before you help me. She finally told me that I had to help myself before she could help me. So I started opening up to her, and I told her about everything. From my father's death, to the death of 5 other people I was close to. I told her about my mother's boyfriend too. And when I was finished, I felt it as if the whole lot of weight was all gone. I spent a lot of time at the school. At least it felt that way. Each week I talked to my doctor for 2 hours. Every week I felt as if I had better understanding of my anger and how I handle it. Then in 1991 I started getting sick. Having no energy, all I could do was sleep for hours and hours. The school sent me to doctors to find out what was wrong. After weeks filled with numerous tests, I found out that I had a kind of cancer that affected your nervous system. This was my second cancer. I was born with stomach cancer, and my aunt and I called my mother to let her know. My mother said, "Oh, I'll send you the deed for him." I'll send the deed for the cemetery plot so he can be buried. Let's do. Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Good job, Shorty.
Okay, I lost my spot.
It's okay.
So he can be buried next to his father. I couldn't believe that she said that. Oh.
Doing good, Shorty.
It made my anger flare. I had to walk away. I had to walk around for a few hours before I could control my anger, but I did it. Excuse me. 7 years later, at my sister's wedding, after she told everyone in the family that I was dead, I walked over to my mother. I forgive you, I said. And I love you, always. Then I just walked away. As I was walking towards my friend's car to leave, my anger began to climb through the roof. Ooh. Okay, lost my spot again. My friend's car. Okay, my brother wanted to fight me because of what I said to our mother. I decided to leave, though without fighting. I didn't want to ruin my sister's happiest day. Even though I was upset, I got my anger in check. Sometimes I haven't been able to do before. These days I stay away from my family. My friends are my new family, and that's good enough for me. I'm glad they know the person I am now, and not the mean, very angry person I was before. Don't get me wrong, I still have my anger, but at least now I can control it better.
Right.